Randy, is it too soon to ask about the health status of Joffrey?
No, it's not too soon. He wasn't out for practice, so he wasn't good enough to go. We felt there was a 50-50 chance that he would practice this morning, but he's been basically listed as day to day.
Will you take him with to New Jersey?
That's a decision we have to make here in the next hour, whether we take him or not.
Has there been any sign of concussion?
No, that's a bad word.
Don't use that word?
We don't use that word until we're 100% sure on any of the situations. Medically, in the term concussion in today's world, sporting world, you want to make sure you're 100% sure before you start using that word.
Why is that, Randy?
Why is it? Because you guys report that it's this and it's that, and we don't know what it is. Until you know exactly what it is, I don't think you should make any statements right now. Obviously, everybody saw the hit. He got squeezed out, and he got dazed, and he didn't feel very good. So we just said we were going to send him for examination this morning, and he had an evaluation done last night, and they're just saying it's day to day. So that's what they told me. So that's what I'm telling you.
Do you know how he was feeling this morning?
Well, we saw him, and he didn't look very good because he had they always do that, the eye drops, the dilation of the pupils and all that. So it wasn't real pretty. But I don't really look at any of them as any pretty anyway, so. Sorry.
Did you have any problem with the hit, the play that he was hurt on?
That's not for me to discuss. I think there's enough been said. Every hit in those situations are analyzed by the league, and that's their job. I got enough to worry about right here on the ice.
No injury is good, but does the fact that it's a suspected concussion make it a little trickier for you and for your staff?
No, I don't think it's a. You're using the word concussion, and I'm not, so then it doesn't make it any difference for me. It's a player that's not available to us on a day-to-day basis, and if he feels good tomorrow, then there's always a chance he could play. If he feels good the next day, then there's always a chance he could play.
You had joked after the 2-game suspension that you haven't even got Joffrey in 5 games. You'd like to get him in 5 games without him leaving the lineup again. Is this kind of a frustrating situation again for you?
Yeah, it is what it is. Injuries are a hard thing to control. We think we do some things differently here to prevent injuries, but it's a physical game, and there's lots of games being played, and the games are going to be more physical as we go into the stretch here. And like tomorrow night in Jersey, I would expect it to be a very physical hockey game, a grinding hockey game, playoff type atmosphere. All those things are going to be what we're going to be presented with.
What kind of impact? Obviously, he's 2 points a game since he came back, but what has he meant to your lineup beyond?
I don't know if you can put any more than an exclamation mark. And he what he's done is he's come in and provided us with a 1-2 punch as far as offense. We felt we had a match with him and Kadri, as we do with Kessel and Bozak. So it gave us a real solid 1-2 punch, and we feel we still can provide 3 lines of offense. And now it looks like we're going to have MacArthur come back into the lineup. Komarov in the lineup, so that gives us some more options with people coming back.
Was it that balanced scoring that allowed you to get by without him for 2 months?
Well, again, it's other people have an opportunity, and he is an impact player for us. There's no way to mask it, and right now we have to have other people sharing some of the responsibility that he's been shoring up for us, and it's simple as that. Right? We need Matt Fratton to get going. JVR scores last night with a big-time goal. It was his best game for our hockey club. Statistic-wise, and the number of plays he was in on offensively. So we need that to continue. All those things, we just have to be better than we were last night, and that's our message, because we didn't play a very good hockey game from our standpoint.
With what happened last night, was there a temptation to get Ryan O'Byrne in the lineup tomorrow?
Again, this is his first practice with us. And, there's always going to be a temptation, because we have a surplus of NHL defensemen now, and there's always going to be that temptation. It's nice to see a 6'5", 230-pound guy clearing the front of the net for you and all that type of stuff. But again, Joe Colburn, we have him here. He's a player that we have a possibility to utilize too. So with the rosters expanding, there's endless combinations now. The scratch pad takes a beating.
Brian, do you have a sense, is it the physical play that he needs to do more of in terms of trying to get something going offensively?
I think it starts there with him, because we think if he's not physical, his involvement in the game goes down. So we'd like to see him stay on the body, and I just think his all-around game, he seems that right now he's in between in a lot of situations where he should be jumping through a hole, he's not, and the next time it closes off on it, does try it. It's one of those things that hopefully there's something that we can find a spark with him, and he can find that amongst some of the game review and some of the stuff we try to do to help players along.
About the Jersey game a little bit? Or even though they're behind you, they're always a dangerous team.
Always a dangerous team. You know what the type of game it's going to be, tight checking. They're in a battle. They're looking for playoff positioning, and that's in reality that's every team we play right now.
What's your preference with 8 defensemen? Would you like to get a set 6 that you go to, or do you feel a need to try to work everyone in here? Do you know, what do you like to do?
I don't change from day one until things get settled, and they won't be settled in this year, I think.
They're never settled.
Yeah, they're never settled, so we try to pick the best grouping that we think is going to give us the best chance. And then no matter what it is, that's always what we feel like that's an obligation we have to our hockey club, to the players that are competing for the position, for our fans, for representing the Toronto Maple Leafs. We put people on the ice who we feel are going to give us the best chance for success.